Hey everybody, it's Taylor with Top Pick Trading. I want to show you a potential failed second entry long if it forms. You can see first entry, second entry. And we do have the trigger on the second entry long, so this also could be like a little breakout pullback of this little tight congestion area. But let's see if we get a trigger here. I'm okay with if we don't get a great signal bar, as long as this looks really bullish and then turns off the EMA or is very close to that. So let's see how this ends. It's looking like it may end up too bullish, but that's usually often what creates good traps. And this is right at this larger key entry point. Okay, and it does close below the EMA. So I'm going to take this as it ticks below. And with the ATR, I'm just going to go for 6 ticks. We'll see if it can break below. It does break below, and you can see how it kind of did it quickly once it fell. It looks like we've roped in a lot of people that were long here. There we go. We did get the scalp. That was pretty quick. See if we can get a good runner out of this. You can see it turned right, not only the EMA, but it turned right off that, just ticked and touched the larger key entry point and then shot down. So there's some support here. I think with this being a failure, I think we can probably get a good bit out of this runner. Let's see. Let me get the small leg on here. See what we get out of this. And we're actually pretty much right at that small leg. Move it up just a little bit to get out just before that leg ends. It looks like it touched our order. Let's see here. Yeah, pretty much right at the measure move. Got some larger measure. There we go. We did get the first scalp. We got some larger measure moves as well. See if we can get some more out of the second runner here. I really like this failed second entry, just because it broke out of this mini congestion. It held at this larger key entry point, and it looked like 2 legs to me. So, and it held at the EMA, obviously. Closed right below it. That's very important on a failure. Trail this, at least get a scalp out of it. Hopefully we can survive that. I don't know if it'll pull back or if we can milk some more out of this. Try to get this measure move out of it. And really we've been down pretty much all day. There's a huge gap on the chart, so we may come back and try to fill that at some point, but for now I'm sticking with shorts. And you can see it barely can go above the EMA. We had this larger leg down and then a range and then down again, second leg. And actually if we measure this one as well, it gets us pretty close to that. Let's see if I can't drag it. There we go. It gets us pretty close to that other measured leg as well. So let's see. Hopefully we can get a decent amount more out of this. Feels like it's starting to turn now, but I'm going to just hold this where it is. Yeah, looks like we got a little downtrend working now. Not confirmed, but it looks pretty nice. Really like those 2 legs. Prices are really, like I mentioned, barely able to gap above the EMA today. And that could change, but as of right now, that's pretty much the MO. And you can see we did come up short on this larger trend. We did come up short of the lows on the channel line, that is. But when it still held when we came back, I figured we may get one more push out of this, at least. But this could mean that we're going to break soon, just because we did come up short. But we'll see if we can work our way back down to the lows first, and then that would kind of negate that fact. Trail a little more. And once again, prices slowing down now. They were pretty quick at the open, but it's weird. The volatilities, the ATR is not all that high, but it feels volatile. It's like once we move to these congestion areas, the bars get small and average down that ATR, but then once we finally break out and start pushing in one direction or the other, the bars are huge. So kind of an interesting day from that aspect. Looks like this channel is going to hold. Could get a lot out of this runner. So yeah, I mean it's it's kind of odd with the price action doing that today, but just going to stick to the half ATR rule for these trades. There hasn't been too many setups so far today. Maybe two or maybe three possibilities so far. And this is more of an advanced entry just because the rule for signal bars can be seen a little bit differently with failures depending on how much experience you have. This is not a good signal bar, obviously, but the way it just looked it even fooled me, the way it looked so bullish until the last second, and it dropped suddenly and closed right below the EMA, and then the bar we entered on fell relatively quickly too, and once it ticked below that our signal bar, it just collapsed. So, and that's what a trap does, so it makes sense the way it moved. And if you can spot the way it moves with some experience, and if you follow Mack's price action trading system, he kind of explains that you can ignore some signal bars. I would not recommend this to start, and when you're starting at least. Actually, you should really ignore most failures in general when you're starting, but once you get a little more experience, I can spot them. And I still can't always spot them perfectly, but this one looked pretty nice to me, especially in this downtrend. It seems like they're easier to spot in downtrends, in my opinion, because it moves a little more violently. And you can spot the momentum a little easier. So, sorry, just kind of rambling at this point while our runner's still in play. Just want to give you as many details as I can about the trade and why I liked it. And really, if we didn't have this confirmed larger downtrend here, I don't know if I'd like it as much, because we don't have at the time, we didn't have a micro trend that it fit. Now we've got this bigger one, but it wasn't confirmed at the time that this trade triggered. So it was more playing the EMA and the larger trend, and this little breakout pullback of the mini congestion area. Hope that all makes sense. Looks like we may push lower here. I'm going to trail this bar on close. Let's see how it closes. Hopefully it closes bearish and it just keeps continuing down. Looks like it will. Yeah, it's getting very bearish. Well, as I say that, here we go. I'm still going to trail. And they do get us there. But anyway, failed second entry long. Got two runners out of it. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks and have a good one. Bye.